What's up, guys? We're back with our beta video just to show us you guys our process in our podcast program that we're calling NBA vs NRL Sports Podcast.
We decided to use an iPhone to record our voice and then upload it onto SoundCloud to produce our podcast. Our podcast is relevant to the listeners because it gives an insight into the two very different sports and then compares them, so you get knowledge on both of them. And then it also provides an entertaining recap on what happened in both sports this week.
This was actually our first ever prototype that we did, so we started by just talking about what happened in the games, what we liked, what we didn't like, and what's to come in the next few games. I thought Brook Lopez was very good. I thought he was really good. He's tall, he's evasive, he holds ball, for good ball security, he's heaps tall. It's a massive biological advantage over your opponent.
Lopez, during the regular season, only averaged 12.5 points a game.
Yeah, it's kind of trash. He picked up his game.
So, for him to come out and do what he did today was
massive. Quite
surprising, but good on him for it. We started, originally my side of it was going to be the English Premier League football, but we didn't take into context that ended before we started to make the podcast, so the other sport I know is NBA. So we had to kind of work around that and try and base it around that different sport.
The demographic and age that we're looking for is around the teenagers to young adult age, so around the 16 to 24 range. People that can kind of have an insight on what we think of the sports and try and build up a fan base of there, and we're hoping people enjoy our content.
So we're going to try and implement weekly staples, things that we do every single week, score predictions and just other things that people recommend that we do, so that there's a weekly list of the things that we've done, and we can see that over time our own knowledge of the other sport can grow through that, and try and base it around that.
It's a good way for us to able to learn the respective sports, and by the end of this digital artifact project, we'll be able to have a good insight on both sports, and engage with our audience. They can ask us some good feedback, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Feedback's feedback, so yeah.
Yeah, and so what we'll learn from the first one is that since we're making it, we personally can't see if it's entertaining or if people actually want to tune in and listen, so we'll see from that, and then we'll learn from the feedback what things to do to make it an actual entertaining podcast rather than just us talking about nothing. Yeah, we've both shared the podcast link on all our social medias, so on Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, but we also have very different followers because we went to different schools and such, so that'll have the biggest range of audience as possible.